talk with the head ref, I think Denominator. If there's any timeouts, they're going to try and come over and explain what is happening. Because, like I said, it is confusing roller derby. There's a lot happening, and we'll try and drop in whatever information we can to you, the audience. Thank you so much for coming here today. We have a lovely bar and a bake sale. We also have merch up for sale. If you can support the leagues in any way by getting a tasty treat, we really appreciate it. Give us a woo if you're here for Victoria Roller Derby League. Yeah, oh, okay, that must mean the rest of the crowd's here for Team New Zealand, is that right? Oh, yeah. Team New Zealand is skating in white today, and we have a VRDL in blue. Oh, my heart's racing a little bit. Hopefully there's R2, they're all warm, ready to go. If it's your first game of roller derby, each jam is up to 2 minutes long, which can be called off by the jammer who has earned lead, which is called off by tapping their hips 4 times and controlling the game. So if you get lead jammer, meaning the jam ref points to you and you hear a tweet tweet, that means you're controlling the game and you're doing a good job. You score points by passing the opposing blocker's hips. So you can see a blocker is the one without the star on their helmet. They're standing in front of the jammers. There's one from each team fielded at any time. And we also have someone wearing a pivot stripe, which is a blocker, but they are like the backup jammer. So the jammer at any point when they think, I think I'm going to have a block, you can pass the old star over to their pivot and they can begin to score points. So up for Thunder today we have Quimby, Jigglytuff, Beckery, Pulp Friction, Katie Chaos, Harlem Lifor, Killer Curls, Shreds, Hells Yeah, May Fame, Booger, Taliban Slam, Firefly Spirit, Great Dane, and Turbo Spicy. And we'll get to Team New Zealand in a minute. This is the first jam. Oh, and both jammers make it out of the pack. Team New Zealand getting lead. You can see that the jam ref's pointing to them. They can try and pass the blue blockers, and they can choose to call it off, which they have chosen to do. And Thunder getting a sneaky 2 points there. Let's see how many Team New Zealand have. They have 1, so it is a 2-1. Tight first jam. For Team New Zealand, we have Tough Mickeys, Mars, Serious Crush Unit, Smith, Shotgun, Grim Sleeper, Jaws, so we'll get back to that in a minute, the rest of the club. Here we have Body Snatcher jamming for Team New Zealand. They recently came over and played us in November. They earned lead here against Booger. It's the Blue 2-9 quickly getting sprung from the pack. Body Snatcher coming around to score some points. We've got Dane and Mayfair at the top of the pack protecting their hips. Body Snatcher grabbing all 4 points and pulling off the jam. Let's get back to the Team New Zealand. So we have Jaws, Grammy, Foxhead, Diamond, Furious, George, Pigeon Defective, I like that name, Body Snatcher, Princess Slayer, Skulls and Morphine, Ivy Knighty, who's a previous VRDL member, and Molosky. Got Jaws out there jamming for Team New Zealand against Turbo Spicy. At VRDL August, forming a nice 3 defense at the top of the pack. We've got Jig and Beckery just grinding away there. Great spot with Limes. And Beckery just covering the inside line nicely, keeping their feet moving. If you're new to roller derby, you have to keep your feet moving in an anti-clockwise direction. Otherwise you go to the penalty box. And Limes doing a beautiful exit into the top of the pack, recycling Jaws. But they are about to leave us. They as the jammer comes around. Let's see if they can score more points. Friction's still stuck on her initial pass, giving number 13 a bit of time to work her way through the pack. Hello. And Jack's just arrived, another fan favourite.
Hello.
I just came straight from the paid game, is my experience.
Okay.
In Torquay.
Yeah.
How we feeling out there? Everything's underway. Jam number 5.
So much has happened in just a few jams. I'm a bit overwhelmed. I don't think I need my Red Bull now.
You don't remember the rules, Lorraine?
No, I said I don't think I need my Red Bull.
Do you need a Red Bull?
I think so.
If anybody wants to purchase a Red Bull for the wonderful Lorraine on the commentary desk, she's very open to it. Just a suggestion.
I mean, my heart rate's up already and I'm just watching. I'm playing in the next game. So that was another big jam for Team New Zealand. That was 11 points to 1. So a timeout has been called. I think it was if it was me with Thunder, I would have taken the timeout just to regroup and say what's going on. How can we fix this? But actually, not much is going wrong. It is a very tight matched team. Team New Zealand just had 2 big jams. Oh, I love a bit of jammer defense. And Hell's, just going down. But Mayfane and a bit of a recycle. Shreds getting lead.
Body snatcher getting taken to the outside line and recycled. Dane is trying to run back on them, but unsuccessful.
Oh, nice hockey stop at the top of the pack. Shreds.
I was wrong. Dane was successful on that run back, and that is going to be a cut track penalty for number 5-7. That's Body Snatcher wearing the white for Team New Zealand.
Oh, a beautiful bean dip around the outside by Shreds. Now this is a great chance for Thunder to put some points on the board. They've separated the New Zealand players.
That's great, Dane, with the offense up the front, but the Team New Zealand defense is reforming that tripod. That is number 126 Smith, the last one trying to hold Shreds, unable to do so. Body Snatcher through on that initial pass, bursting out of the pack at full speed.
Jammer ref about to call it off, perhaps.
And that jam will be called 1 point on the board for Team New Zealand, taking their total to 25, but 15 racked up there by VRDL Thunder. 21 the total. Most of the points belonging to Thunder on the board just now put up there by Shreds.
Next up we have Booger, who's another recent transfer. Shreds also a transfer from Sydney. Booger from Old Ricky Roller Girls in Scotland.
And that is number 175. That's Jaws wearing the star for Team New Zealand. Out and clear lead jammer as Booger is knocked to the ground behind that formidable New Zealand defense. Knocked out. That is Skulls and Morphine doing the honors for the skaters from Aotearoa. Booger is out on that initial pass, but Jaws picks up all 4 points and calls the jam.
So Team New Zealand slightly in the lead on 29, VRDL Thunder on 21. Still got a while, 21 minutes left of this period. Really anything can happen. We've got another half. It's close to call. I don't know who I'm going to pick as a winner. It does look like both teams are opting for a 3 defense jam start with a floating offense, which is an interesting tight kind of matchup, 3 versus 3. And Turbo Spicy going to the penalty box, giving Team New Zealand a good chance to put some points on the board, just extend that lead a little bit more. Oh, some fancy twinkle toe feats around the inside. That's Furious George.
Furious George out and lead 4 points in the air for Team New Zealand, 8 the total so far for this jam, a power jam.
Now that is a tough situation for VRDL. Their defense is split and they're all returning from the penalty box. Turbo Spicy also returning from the box, still in her initial, I believe.
We've got a full complement of blockers on the track for each team. Turbo Spicy trying to make way outside, inside, trying to stay away from those dangerous lines, makes it through for the initial. And Furious George getting the message from the Kiwi bench to call off that jam. 12 points the total, 13 points the total in that power jam. Team New Zealand not happy with that massive jam put up by Shreds earlier. They're saying, nah, actually would like a bit more of a lead, thank you.
Yeah, there's been quite a few big jams and then just a couple of nickel and dimes, as they say in the biz.
What biz?
The Derby biz.
The Derby biz. It's big business. I certainly
Actually,
am being paid the big bucks to be here today. I know
actually-
you are too, Lorraine.
We don't have big bucks. If you'd like to support VRDL, please buy a cake or a
Please
beer.
buy a cake. Yeah, buy a cake, buy a beer, buy some merchandise.
I believe there's mimosas happening over there.
There's what? There's mimosas.
That's what I've been told. I haven't seen it with my own eyes, but, you know, rumours go around in roller derby.
Can someone confirm the existence of mimosas? Yes, there are mimosas. All right. Oh my God. Well, we're pretty classy here at Victorian Roller Derby League, so it does naturally follow that there would be mimosas.
Oh my god, yes. She's skating next. I would like one. Yes, please.
And this is also a great time to talk about, if anybody here is not quite the most familiar with roller derby but is looking at it being like, damn, I would like me a piece of that action, chat to VRDL volunteers about how to join this wonderful league, or check out www.vrdl.org.
Also, hello if you're watching from the live stream at home. We're very excited to have this today. That is me. Oh, we've got Friction out for lead. Second jam of the day, getting lead jam, and now she's warmed up a little bit. Coming around, zooming around. I'm excited for an apex jump. Let's see it. Friction.
Well, Friction getting the chase from Iona Shotgun. Speedy pace getting picked up there by the Kiwis out the front.
Really
They
fast
trust their
pack.
jammer's speed, and they are right to do so. 1 point each for that jam.
A lot of fight in that jam, but 1-1. So did it really happen? I don't know.
Did it really happen, Lorraine?
Well,
Kind of.
it might have, yes. And I can words really well today, which is exciting.
I'm so impressed with how well you can words today. All right, that is Fly, number 514, lining up for Team VRDL.
Oh, I like this start at the top of the pack. Both sets of packs aiming to stay at the pivot line and just block through the chaos. But we've got Body Snatcher out for lead.
And that is a power jam for Team New Zealand as Fly's taking a seat in that penalty box on a cut track.
And Body Snatcher, every time she's been out, just been racking up the points. So this is not a good scenario for VRDL.
Hop, skip, and a jump around that inside line around Tambalam Slam, picking up all 4 points, stretching out that lead on this power jam opportunity. Fantastic offense coming from Team New Zealand up the front there. splitting up that Victorian defense. Both jammers in the pack now, but Jaws really, Body Snatcher really picking up that pace midway through that pack, getting out without too much trouble from those VRDL blockers, as Fly's still working away at that initial pass, I believe.
Oh, a nice pack versus pack, side by side, using their defense as offense. Love a bit of that strategy. And Body Snatcher choosing to call it off.
2 more points on the board, taking that Team New Zealand jam total to 10, period total, game total so far, 53. VRDL Thunder sitting on 22. Keep in mind, everybody, that this is just the first of 2 games that Team New Zealand is going to be playing today. So they may even be conserving a little of their energy for the Lightning game to come. Stick around for that. It's going to be very exciting. And what's exciting right now is we've got Booger on the track for VRDL, getting knocked out and run back, and that is number 175, Jaws, jamming for Team New Zealand.
Oh, big Booger getting lead. Booger is one of my new favourite jammers. Reminds me of a skater called Bonnie Thunders from Portland in the US. Coming around, wiggling away. Booger is also a lovely person who likes to do, I think, acrobatics.
And Booger is going to lose that lead jammer status, having a seat in that penalty box. LaFiore up the front doing a bit of defense against Jaws, but it's not enough to stop that 4-point pickup. We have another power jam, and this jam is going to run the full 2 minutes. Booger having lost that lead jammer advantage. But VRDL's had a bit of a cascade of penalties there, so a little bit of time and energy wiped off what Jaws needs to put into picking up all of those points.
The VRDL blockers have been going to the penalty box quite a bit. What are they getting, Jack? What penalties are they getting?
Knocked to the outside there by Beckery. Recycled all the way to the back of that engagement zone. Now we've got a full pack moving backwards as both jammers are trying to re-enter the track from the outside.
Yeah, I think this is a full 2-minute jam, and Booger is scoring.
For those of us who are less familiar with roller derby, the reason that they sometimes go backwards is that if you are knocked out of the track, you need to re-enter behind everyone that was in front of you when you touch the outside of the track. And sometimes they're going to take you all the way back. Not going to happen this time for Jaws, though. We've got 12 points on the board for Team New Zealand in that power jam, and 4 for VRDL Thunder.
Yeah, any idea what penalties they're picking up today, Jack?
What penalties are picking up? I've seen a few cut track penalties. That is the penalty for getting knocked out and not re-entering behind the people that were in front of you when you were removed from the track. I think we've seen a couple of back blocks as well. You cannot push people directly in the spine. It is not nice, and nobody likes it. Don't do it. All right, that is number 420, Furious George, up against Hells Yeah for VRDL Thunder, doing some incredible one-on-one blocking, and that's going to allow Shreds to get out and pick up a lead.
I think that's Shred's second lead of the day. Remembering that the last jam was 12 points. So coming around for another big one. As the VRDL defense just working their way at the top of the pack, left with 2 defending. A beautiful wall there from Hells Yeah and May.
Hells Yeah is putting on an absolute blocking clinic in this jam and successfully drawing that cut track penalty on Furious George. Furious George going to take a seat in that penalty box. And Shreds is going to do some jamming work for VRDL.
Give us a woo. Give us a woo if you're here for Hells Yeah.
Big shout out to the extensive Hells Yeah fan club over there. And oh, Shreds has hit the deck. 4 points picked up there. 4 more points picked up by Shreds. That's 8 points in the jam. 34 plays 65.
That was some good teamwork from VRDL there. And we've got mimosas in the house. Thank you. So we've got Guy in the house and Jack in the house.
All right.
Nice offense at the top of the back from Jigglytuff.
And a beautiful little spin move from Friction to get out of that pack. Furious George not to be trifled with though, running down that line to get out and not lead, but take that initial pass. Four points picked up by VRDL, unanswered by Team New Zealand. Do we have some Team New Zealand fans in the house? Do we have some Kiwis, some Kiwi sympathisers? Yeah, all right. I reckon we can do a little bit better than that.
I do like that flashing sign over there. That's very technical.
Yeah, there's a flashing sign, so Team New Zealand actually does win on that account. And that is Iona Shotgun shooting through the pack as Turbo Spicy gets knocked to that inside line and is going to have to recycle. Turbo Spicy in the sad place behind 3 wall of blockers with an additional dangle. We've got Great Dane taking a seat in the penalty box as Iona Shotgun is through for another 4 points, taking it to 69.
What is interesting is that New Zealand are opting for all four on defense, which is an interesting strategy choice that is working for them at this point in time.
We've got T-Slam and Great Dane in the penalty box for VRDL, allowing Iona Shotgun easy-ish passage through that VRDL pack to pick up another 4 points.
It's another big jam for Team New Zealand. Iona Shotgun coming around to score again, while that VRDL defense is split, making it very difficult for them to catch. Turbo Spicy in the penalty box again. Great Dane calling their wall together, doing a bit of track leadership there with Tam on the inside, covering that inside line, doing a great job. As Turbo Spicy returning from the bin, just getting slammed on that inside line. There is only 10 seconds left of the jam. Let's see what Team New Zealand can do. And that's the jam, a huge jam for Team New Zealand. 24 points to 0. That's 92 to 38.
The door is jammed open. That is Fly. Number 514 wearing the blue for VRDL. Number 57 Body Snatcher taking the star for Team New Zealand. All 4 blockers on the track for each team. Fly is out and lead. Body Snatcher putting on the speed though, trying to catch Fly. And we have a fast moving pack with a foot race essentially between those jammers. Fly making the way, trying to pick up a few points. Body Snatcher trying to do the same. Packs are getting all mixed up in there. Fly pushing through that tripod at the front. We've got a penalty being called.
And VRDL opting to run this jam out, which is working in their favour, backing their defence. Fly getting out for another 4 points.
Seeing those calls of train from Team Victoria.
And body
That's
snatcher.
Jaws busting through down that inside line.
Body snatcher, I believe, getting 4 points also. So Firefly on their second pass here. That jam's still going. They're still in control. They can call it off whenever they like. That they have done.
Fantastic communication between the VRDL bench and jammer for timing on that call off. Icing, I believe that's Velocity in the penalty box for Team New Zealand. 2 points were picked up by Team New Zealand, 8 by Thunder. All right, that is Furious George again jamming for Team New Zealand, and again out and clear lead jammer. Got a bit of a blocker switcheroo in that penalty box, as well as is that Booger having a seat as the jammer for VRDL. Got another power jam happening here in favour of the skaters from New Zealand wearing the white. Unopposed jammer, massive offensive switch up there from Velocity.
Great work by Great Dane, having 2 people on them doing and still managing to do defense.
4 more points, taking it to 8 for this jam for Team New Zealand. That's tough Bickies breaking up that VRDL pack and then switching into defense, but it's not enough to hold back Booger on that initial pass.
And what do you know, there's only 5 minutes left of this period. And 108 points to Team New Zealand. Thunder are on 46.
Team New Zealand cracking the century on that one. VRDL Thunder a little way behind, but absolutely not insurmountable. A couple of big power jams could turn this around.
And Shreds has had a couple of big jams, so this might be what they need. Up against Jaws. Jaws versus Shreds. Feels like that could be a nice film.
George versus Shreds.
Yes.
A film?
A nice film. Oh look, Shreds likes the idea.
Sure. Movie stars, why not?
And those players are smiling out there, which is great. They're having a bit of fun, doing a little dance, Shreds, back and forth.
If we are sitting in the crowd and you're feeling a little bit hungry, a little bit thirsty, maybe like you don't own enough roller derby based merchandise, I would suggest that you head over to the bake sale, the bar and the merch stand.
I mean, yeah, I made most of that merch. I ordered the merch. It's good merch.
Oh, Lorraine, incredible work.
I do it all.
You do, you really do. You really are a woman that does it all, Lorraine.
Thanks, Jack. I just need to pump up my tyres a little bit before the next game. At least we think we're funny. That's the main thing.
We're getting there. All right, Jaws versus Shreds on that jam line. It looked like it was going to be Furious George, but it is Jaws. Shreds taking that outside line and cutting back in.
Really nice defense from both teams here. Love that scrummy kind of start.
Oh, and a swing and a miss from Skulls and Morphine there, but Velocity knocking Shreds out. Looks like before she was able to pick up lead jammer status as well.
Love these kind of jams where both packs just kind of hold the jammer for a long time and grind it out to see who's going to get lead.
Big hits being laid down there by Skulls and Morphine, but Shreds is able to withstand them and pick up lead jammer status almost a full minute into the jam.
Shreds having a successful day today. That's a third jam in a row getting lead, calling it off 3-0.
3 points for the efforts of Vanessa Shredgrave. And we've got number 1-3, Iona Shotgun, returning to the jam line up against Pulp Friction, number 08 for VRDL.
Nice offense from 101 and New Zealand clearing the space. New Zealand getting lead again with, who's that jamming?
That's Iona Shotgun.
Iona Shotgun? Oh, I get the pun now.
Yeah. And Iona Shotgun toe stopping down that inside line, stepping around the outstretched butt of May Fain. 4 points for Team New Zealand. Friction still working on that initial pass, takes a hit from Tough Bickies, and Tough Bickies, Friction, you're gonna have to recycle. New Zealand is a famously eco-friendly country. They're very big on recycling there, and it shows on the derby track.
Yeah, they're really nailing those hits at the top of the pack today, and Jam is definitely feeling it, but Friction getting out. Fun fact about Friction, she just returned from her honeymoon, Jack. Straight into the roller derby, off the plane to the derby, scoring points. But New Zealand choosing to call it off after Friction scores a few. I think she got 4 there.
All 4 picked up there by Friction. Team New Zealand not able to call it off in time, but we have an official review being called by the captain of Team New Zealand. That is Diamond. I'm going to find out what that is all about.
They said. So fun fact about roller derby, you get 3 timeouts in the game. You get 1 official review per half. So interesting to use it at the end of the half. Might as well give it a go. See if you can overturn a call or get a penalty on the jammer. They are using it as a timeout. It is clock control. If you have any questions about the rules, ask a friendly member of VRDL and they'll try and tell you about the 50,000 pages of rules.
Yeah, approximately 50 pages of rules in the roller derby rulebook. The main thing, I feel like the main summary of it is knock people over, but in a nice and legal way.
Whilst going in an anti.
Get your jam around the track. If you're the jammer, go around the track. Stay in bounds. There's a few more. It's not just 50 pages of what I just said written in really big font. That's Furious George returning for New Zealand in the start. Booger, number 29, up the front.
Nice
coming around at apex and picking up lead. Massive hits being shrugged off by Furious George there from LaFiore.
And Booger getting lead. Got a 2-wall of New Zealand at the back with another 2 at the top. Choosing to call off the jam. Did they get all 4? They did. It was 4-0. Good on you, Booger. That's 120 to 57 with 1 minute 30 left on the clock. We will have a halftime of 10 minutes. If you're feeling festive, we have mimosas at the bar. If you're feeling hungry, we have cake. Cake.
There's cake. There is cake, and you can purchase the cake at the cake stall. Coming up to the end of the first period might be a good time to sort yourself out some refreshments. In the meantime, we've got Jaws, lead jammer for Team New Zealand. And we've got Turbo Spicy in the pack, getting locked down by some of that fearsome Kiwi defense.
Yes, New Zealand definitely opting for 4, all 4 on defense. Dropping one back only when they think it's safe. It is working for them against these VRDL jammers. And we're just having a chat. While this period clock has ended, the jam is going, 40 seconds left. It is going to run out the clock as the Team New Zealand did get lead. No one can call it off.
And we've got New Zealand jammer George still standing in the penalty box. We've got Turbo Spicy getting recycled all the way back. Just a few seconds left in this period. Everybody's skating backwards just for a little bit of confusion factor.
Wasting a bit of time.
Props to those outside pack refs, by the way. They have to skate faster than everyone on the track. And that'll do us for the first period of this game, folks. Take your time too. We've got just under 10 minutes until the next half starts. Take your time. Use this time to get yourself some foods, some beverages, some merchandise. Ask someone who looks like they know what roller derby is, what on earth is going on. Get yourself a mimosa, and we will see you back here in approximately 9 minutes. Hello. Is this microphone on? Yes. Hello everybody. In just about 1 minute we are going to get started on the second half of our game between VRDL Thunder and Team New Zealand, all the way from Aotearoa. Before we start this half of the game, we would like to apologise for being remiss in this at the beginning of the game, and we would like to acknowledge that this game is being played and VRDL is based on stolen and unceded Wurundjeri Woiwurrung land of the Eastern Kulin Nation. And we pay respects to their elders and ancestors, acknowledging their ongoing connection to lands, waters and culture. Always was and always will be Aboriginal land. And a big welcome, of course, to Team New Zealand, making their way all the way over the ditch. Kia ora, Team New Zealand. Yeah, who's here for Team New Zealand? Who's here for the Kiwis? Absolutely. Who is a fan of Victorian Roller Derby League Thunder? Excellent, very excellent. Side note, I would like to say that I am the most impartial possible commentator here because I did play for VRDL, but I was born and raised in Aotearoa. Dual citizen, ideal commentator, just saying. And that is 5 seconds to the start of the second period. Team New Zealand sits on 124, VRDL on 57. We've got Brugger jamming the blue for VRDL. We've got number 1, 3 Iona Shotgun taking lead for Team New Zealand. Brugger getting taken to the ground by a wonderfully strong 2-wall of Kiwi blockers. Great Dane doing a little bit of defense neutralization there, moving into offense. Brugger getting slowed all the way down by that incredibly strong Kiwi defensive formation. Veloski Shotgun, who is your lead jammer for big roller derby points. And Booger making the way through that pack. Initial pass is completed. Now looking to score. And the jam will be called off. No points added for Team VRDL. 2 on the board for Iona Shotgun and Team New Zealand. 6 points the total for that jam. We've got a dancing ref on the outside pack there. That is the wonderful Copter down all the way from Canberra to referee this game. Friction almost managing to stay technically in bounds. If you get knocked out and you put down one hand on the outside of the track, and if you are really, really good at going to the gym and do a lot of planks, you can stay in. Friction may need to plank slightly harder, but it doesn't matter. She's lead jammer. And that's Body Snatcher putting on the Jets, trying to pick up some more points in answer to the 4 that Friction just put on the board for VRDL. Body Snatcher juking those VRDL blockers. T-Slam and Hell's Yeah combined effort to knock Body Snatcher out of bounds and recycle. T-Slam taking a tumble for her troubles. Got a grinding defense happening here, a very convoluted pack there. Wonderful little whip from T-Slam to Friction, but she is going to have to recycle. 4 points on the board there for Body Snatcher. Friction getting loud and clear directions from Danny Darko on the VRDL bench. Able to call it off, preserving that points lead there for the Thunder. That is 5 points in total, it looks like, for VRDL, and nope, 7 in total. 3 more on that second scoring pass. 5 points for Team New Zealand. Team NZ just over double the VRDL Thunder score. It is still anybody's game. If you've seen a lot of roller derby before, you know that anything can happen at this point. We've got Shreds, number 2-1, wearing the star for VRDL, up against 175. That's Jaws for Team New Zealand. Both of these skaters, massive point scorers for each of their teams. But it's Shreds with lead jammer, making her way around that outside. Jaws still in the grip of that VRDL defensive pack. No longer, I speak too soon. Initial pass complete. Shreds getting knocked to the outside by, I believe that was Skulls and Morphine, putting on a defensive clinic for Team NZ. Four more points for VRDL, chipping away at that score differential. We've got 420, Furious George lining up for New Zealand. Firefly Spirit wearing the blue star. And both jammers getting locked down behind some tough defense. But we've got Furious George taking lead as Fly is recycled by number 111. That's Serious Crash Unit for Team NZ. Serious Crash Unit's been playing for Team NZ for quite a number of years now. If you're a roller derby fan and you've been to TGSS, you may have seen many of these Kiwi skaters for their respective teams. Furious George calling off that jam, picking up all 4 points and holding VRDL scoreless. Turbo Spicy versus Iona Shotgun on the jam line here. All 4 blockers on track for each team. Lead is taken pretty quickly by Iona Shotgun, but Turbo Spicy is also clear on the initial. Iona Shotgun hits it and crits it. 4 more points for Team NZ. 4 more points on the board for VRDL. Massive hit out there by Jigglytuff. Gonna recycle. Matched by a massive hit to Paul Friction, hitting the deck on the outside of the track and on the inside of the track. Friction getting the instruction to call the jam from the VRDL bench. 2 more points on that scoring class for NZ, and looks like 3 more for Thunder. Vanessa Shredgrave, number 2-1, Corruption down low, next to Body Snatcher, number 5-7 in the white for TNZ. VRDL is deficient 1 blocker for this jam, but it is not enough to stop Shreds from picking up that lead jammer status. Team NZ losing 1 blocker to the box as well. Had a bit of a star stash there for Body Snatcher. Still your jammer off record out on that initial, as Shreds looks to pick up maximum points before calling it. 3 more points for VRDL Thunder. Again, chipping away at that lead. Bit by bit, we've got just under 20 minutes in the second period. Score differential of 70. It could happen. It could happen. I've seen weirder stuff happen in roller derby. Doctor, I want to know why you gave me that look just now. That's Booger, number 2-9, doing jamming duty for VRDL. Iona Shotgun in the start for TNZ. Iona Shotgun has really got some speed on her. Able to close quite a distance on that VRDL jammer. Team NZ blockers know that that is Iona Shotgun's strength and use the opportunity to pick up that speed of the pack. Some really excellent communication happening from between the Team NZ skaters. They know each other's strengths and they play to them. It's quite impressive to watch. 4 more for Booger though, going up in the air. Answered by another 4 from Iona Shotgun. Booger calls off the jam. Securing another 3 points. So 7 total for Thunder, 8 for Team New Zealand in that jam. Firefly Spirit versus Furious George, now becoming a familiar jammer matchup. Furious George, the winner of the lead jammer contest for today, well, for this jam at least. Fly still mixing it up in the pack there. Locked down by a 4-ball of New Zealand blockers, while Iona Shotgun just manages to stay in bounds. No, did not manage to stay in bounds. That is a penalty picked up by the wonderful Bussy the Vampire Slayer, our outside pack ref, Eagle Eyes. And we've got a jammer penalty track. Power Jam for VRDL. They are yet to leave the pack on the initial pass though. So Firefly Spirit getting the full weight of that New Zealand defense. Great Dane trying to give a little bit of offensive assistance. Managing to do so. Chase given by number 22, that's Fox Z, but unsuccessful. Fly is out on the initial pass. This jam will go for the full 2 minutes as the lead jammer was awarded a penalty. And we've got a forearm penalty awarded to Helsier. Taking a seat in the penalty box. VRDL down one blocker. Iona Shotgun out. Picking up points now. As is Firefly Spirit in the back of the pack, having a hard time with the strength of that Kiwi defense. Firefly Spirit, small but mighty. Very agile skater and very much able to get around players just about twice her size, to be honest. And it looks like we've got a little official time out. The officials are going to conference amongst each other while everybody goes and purchases themselves some refreshments from the cake store, from the bar, merchandise perhaps. Looks like a team timeout has been called. Team timeout called by VRDL Thunder, I believe. Yes. The wonderful campaign doing the signalling there gracefully, accurately, in a timely manner from the pivot line. I would like to take this moment to just ask people who here would consider themselves extremely familiar with the game of roller derby. Can I get a woo? All right, okay. What about moderately familiar with the game of roller derby? Can I get a woo? What about I don't know what's happening? Oh my God, this is cool, but what's going on? Can I get a woo? All right, I'm going to explain more of the rules for everybody. I mean, I personally am just genuinely confused in life, but not so much by roller derby, so I'll do my best. What we've got going on here is a lineup behind the jammer line. You may notice that there are lines that everybody starts within. All right, great. Another timeout. I'm going to sort out my thoughts. Okay. What's going on, Jack, you ask? Well, I'll tell you. I don't know either. But the wonderful referees probably do. Who are those referees? Let's find out. All right. Reffing, we've got Skatespear, William Skatespear. We've got Denominator, Invader Sin, number 5284, Roger Jamjet, and Copter doing referee duty for us today. Jamming on that track though, number 57 Body Snatcher for Team New Zealand and Turbo Spicy. Body Snatcher managing to snatch, not lead, but the lead position. So for all of those who are very confused, when the jam ref is pointing at the jammer, that means they are lead jammer. They can call off the jam whenever they so choose, controlling the length of the duration of the jam. Lead jammer is the first person, the first jammer who, after the initial whistle is blown, passes all of the opposing skaters, all of the opposing blockers on the track. If you are awarded lead jammer and then you get a penalty, as we can see Turbo Spicing heading to the penalty box for now, you lose lead jammer status. The jam will continue for a full 2 minutes and your opposition will score some points on you. Looks like that is what Body Snatcher is going for at this moment. Body snatcher, we've got a one wall of the floor joined by Beckery up the front. They do have to let them go when they get further than 20 feet away from the rest of the pack. You'll hear refs calling no pack or pack is here. If the pack is here and you are also here, you're allowed to hit each other. You may not hit your opposition players outside of the pack. That's very naughty, and you will be sent to the penalty box. So think about what you've done. What Turbo Spicy's done though is pick up another 4 points for VRDL. Body Snatcher was going for some more, but picked up one further point in that jam. Looks like 3 were taken for VRDL. Nope, we've got technical difficulties over here. My scoreboard is wrong. Your total is 177 for Team New Zealand, 99 for VRDL Thunder, about to try and crack that century mark. 12 minutes left on the game clock. And that is a timeout, an official timeout it seems. And that's another timeout being called by the officials, just sorting some stuff out. Feel free to have a little dancey dance, as is Campaign, our wonderful jam timer. She's got the moves over there.
You got this. It's alright.
If you are in that contingent of people who are not quite sure what's going on, first of all, hope you're having a lovely time. Come and ask me any questions about about what on earth is going on between the games, and I will happily answer them for you and for everybody else that doesn't know. If you're interested in getting involved in VRDL, you can go to VRDL.org. They will teach you to skate. They will teach you the many rules of roller derby. They will teach your children how to skate. And your children will become rapidly better than you, and it will feel quite terrible, to be perfectly honest. Or if you'd just like to volunteer or officiate, you can do that as well. That is Iron a Shotgun taking lead for Team NZ, chased down by Shreds there. We've got 2 Kiwi blockers in the penalty box. We've got 1 VRDL. We've got a very speedy pack there. Iron a Shotgun seems to do extremely well in that fast-moving pack, but so does Shreds, managing to skip past Skulls and Morphine there. 4 points apiece. points picked up by each skater there. At the back of that pack. Shred's getting caught up in that tough Kiwi defense, slowing the back to a grinding halt. Iona Shotgun also locked down there. I think Iona Shotgun tends to do better in that really fast-moving pack, which is almost untouchable. Shreds has got another 4 points for her troubles. There's a total of 12 points apiece by the looks of it for Team VRDL Thunder and Team NZ. Nope, 16 Team NZ winning the jam. 111 plays 199 roller derby points. Big lead here. 8.5 minutes on the clock for this period. Stick around after this game, folks. First of all, we've got Bloody Marys and Mimosas. Why on earth would you be anywhere else? Second of all, we've got a massive international high-level roller derby game. VRDL Lightning taking on Team NZ All-Stars. And that is Booger out and lead for VRDL. Getting chased down by Jaws. We're getting knocked to the inside line on that call, but getting offered a hand up by Velocity is all love here, everyone. It's really what we're saying. We love one another, we love roller derby, we love to go fast and hit our friends. .201 the score total for Team NZ, the double century. 114 for VRDL Thunder. Helmet covers just getting past to pivots in time there by Danny Darko. That's 420 Furious George jamming, and it is Firefly Spirit. It does say Beckery on the scoreboard, but it is incorrect. It is Firefly Spirit, number 514, wearing the star for VRDL. Beckery number 05 is playing defense, heading up that VRDL defensive tripod that is currently locking down Furious George. And we have a lead jammer. It's Furious George as Fly is knocked neatly to the outside by that NZ defense. To pick up some more points. Now on the second scoring pass for Team NZ. Firefly, star in hand, is making it good, but oh, now Beckery is jamming. Maybe the scoreboard operator simply had a premonition that there would be a star pass. Star pass, you'll notice that one of each team's blockers has got a stripe on their head. They are the pivots. Usually the operator's a normal blocker, but if the jammer needs, they can take the helmet cover with the star on it off their head, they can hand it to the pivot, and if they do so legally, that pivot is the jammer of record. So our new jammer for VRDL for the jam is Beckery, number 05. 420, Furious George coming around 60 with beautiful little apex hop there, incredibly graceful, made it look like it ain't no thing. For another 4 points, 20 for Team NZ. And that was a big 23 points, it looks like, for TNZ. We've got a timeout being signalled. Team timeout called by VRDL Thunder. Just under 5 minutes left in this game. Pretty big score differential here. I imagine that the score might be a little closer next game. This is, let's remember, just a warm-up game for Team NZ. Coming up very, very soon, we've got VRDL Lightning, currently ranked number 2 in the world, taking on the New Zealand national team. This very same team that you currently see. Incredible fitness on those Kiwi skaters, 2 games back to back. We've got a few minutes left. What are we gonna do? We're gonna go to the bar and we're gonna buy mimosas, we're gonna buy Bloody Marys, we're gonna buy kombucha, we're gonna buy fizzy drinks. We're going to give the Victorian Roller Derby League and grassroots sports in general all of our money. That's right. All right, that timeout is over. Just under 5 minutes left on the game clock. Let's see what these teams can do. I wonder what kind of a show will they be putting on for us in the next 5 minutes, but also in the next hour and a half or so as Team New Zealand takes on VRDL Lightning. Massive shout outs also to all of our officials currently fixing the track. Officials, we've got our on-skate officials, the refs, our wonderful zebras wearing their stripes. We've also got non-skating officials. You will see them being the absolute backbone of the sport. And we've got NSOing, non-skating officialing today. Right now we've got Bruce, we've got Campaign, we've got Nick, Bella, and Pavey, Al, Elkie, and Bruce again somehow. Doing double duty. That is Pole Friction. Coming around the outside looking for lead for VRDL. Unsuccessful. That is going to go once again to Iona Shotgun. Iona Shotgun with a near perfect lead jammer record in this game so far. Unbelievable work from that NZ jammer. Pole Friction coming through, looking into that braced tripod up the front, spinning through, managing to make that initial pass. No successful scoring pass. That's 4 points for VRDL Thunder, despite Iona Shotgun having picked up lead. Iona Shotgun is going to call that off before VRDL were able to score any more points. Friction picking up 4, despite not being lead jammer. Iona Shotgun answering that with 4 of their own. Is your score for Team New Zealand, 118 for VRDL Thunder, 3.5 minutes on the period clock. Turbo Spicy jamming for VRDL. Number 5-7, that is Body Snatcher. Body Snatcher looks like they might have been out and lead, but is picking up a cut track penalty. Turbo Spicy, your lead jammer for Victorian Roller Derby League. Looking to pick up some points on this power jam opportunity. Those New Zealand blockers not having a bar of it. All 4 blockers playing pure defense right now. We've got a little bit of offensive assistance coming up there from Quimby up the front. We've got some equipment on the track. We've got somebody's Apple Watch on the track. Hopefully that expensive piece of equipment did not get broken. That's Firefly, no, Turbo Spicy calling off the jam. picking up 3 more points for VRDL, holding TNZ scoreless. Less than 2 minutes on the game clock. This may well be our last jam of the game. And that is 175. Jaws once again picking up lead jammer for Team New Zealand. Shreds getting drawn all the way back by Velocity. Oh, as Jaws gets knocked to the inside line. I think that was Hell's Yeah, putting the big hits down. Shreds still making the way through on that initial pass. Hell's Yeah again, really holding back. Jaws on that blocking. Shreds is racing around trying to pick up some of those points. Jaws getting direction to call off that jam. 4 more points added to the total for Team NZ. 121 points for VRDL Thunder. 232 for Team New Zealand. And we've got 1 blocker in the box there. 1 blocker in the box for TNZ. Full track of VRDL blockers. Furious George, number 420, jamming up against Booger. Booger picks up lead as Furious George is caught in the back behind that defense. Getting that offensive assist, making the way around past Jigglytuff. Furious George, and that is an uncontested 4 points scoring pass for Booger. VRDL bench is going wild over here. That's a power jam for VRDL. Team NZ unable to score for the moment. Booger hitting the deck and taking half the New Zealand blockers with them. Making up that score differential any way possible. Offense coming in from T-Slam and LaFleur. Just a few seconds left on the clock, folks. That's another 4-point scoring pass from Booger for Victorian Roller Derby League. The period clock has ended. This will be your last jam. Whenever it ends, VRDL are going to absolutely wring the last ounces of energy out of Booger. That jam is really going. Furious George is out, and through are the initial 4 more points picked up by Booger. Defensive formations getting set at the top of turn 3 and 4. Booger crashing into those Kiwi blockers. T-Slam and Jig offering up some offense. Got a couple of penalties being assessed there. 420 Furious George trying to make it past that 3-wall of T-Slam, Beckery and LaFleur. And that is the jam, everybody. 4 more points added to the total at the end there by Booger. A massive 16-point jam. Team New Zealand did pick up 2 points despite the power jam advantage that Thunder had. Your total score for this game, VRDL Thunder, 137 points. Team New Zealand, 234 points. Round of applause, everybody. And now, if you are not super familiar with roller derby, we have a wonderful yet slightly disgusting ritual. You can give a high five to every skater that was just on the track if you line up around the outside of the track. A lot of roller derby love happening here today. All right, so who was skating? I wonder, let's find out. And Team New Zealand, skating in the white for Team NZ, we've got Tough Bickies, Mars, Serious Crash Unit, Smith, Iona Shotgun, Grim Sleeper, Jaws, Primeval, Foxy, Diamond, Furious George, Pigeon Defective, Body Snatcher, Princess Slayer, Skulls and Morphine, Ivy Connivey and Velocity. Skating for the VRDL Thunder, we had Quimby, Jigglytuff, Beckery, Pulp Friction, Katie Chaos, Harlem LaFleur, Killer Girls, Shreds, Hells Yeah, May Fane, Booger, Tambalam Slam, Firefly Spirit. about to get underway in the next couple of minutes with game 2 of our doubleheader for today. This is the big one, everybody. Victorian Roller Derby League. I can't hear what you're saying, but it looks like we've had a success. All right, amazing job, audience. The second request that I have is Guy. Where's Guy? Can you come over here? All right. So, before we get underway, we are going to run through a couple of little housekeeping things. Once again, there is a bake sale, there is a bar, you can get a mimosa, you can get a Bloody Mary, you can get a non-alcoholic beverage of your choice such as kombucha or a fizzy drink. You can bring a commentator at Bloody Mary if, you know, that so thrills you. You can buy merchandise, you can take a selfie in front of the very cool VRDL wall. And we are going to say a very big welcome in just one moment. Before we get started, again, this game is being held and VRDL is based on the unceded lands of the Wurundjeri Woi-wurrung people of the Eastern Kulin Nation. Their sovereignty has never been ceded, no treaty has been signed. We pay respect to our elders and ancestors, always was, always will be Aboriginal land. And with that, we've got a few minutes remaining until we get started, or we're about to get started now. A massive kia ora to Team New Zealand. We've got 101 Tough Bickies, 107 Mars, 111 Serious Crash Unit, 126 Smith, 13 Iona Shotgun, 14 Grim Sleeper, 175 Jaws, 187 Primeval, 22 Fox Z, 229 Diamond, 420 Furious George, number 43 Pigeon Defective, number 57 Body Snatcher, 666 Princess Slayer, number 76 Skulls and Morphine, number 8 Ivy Knive, ex-VRDL skater, 946 Velocity. And on the VRDL All-Stars, we've got 039 Jigglytuff, 05 Beckery, 08 Pulp Friction, number 10, that's Bisexual, number 119 Kathy, 20 Rage, 21 Shreds, number 23 Gin and Jukes, 242 Snapper, number 35 Elkie, number 4000, a former Team New Zealand skater herself, Pavey, number 66 Barry, 75 Great Dane, 83 is Curly Burly, and number 9 is Lethal. Those are your teams. Remember those names. VRDL All-Stars versus Team New Zealand. And very excitingly right now, we are off. That is 4000 Pavey lining up against number 8 Ivy Knive, former teammates on the VRDL All-Stars and on Team Aotearoa. Pavey out and lead, closely followed by Ivy Knive. We've got Iona Shotgun lining up against Curly Burly. For those of you who were here for the previous game, racking up big points. Previously, we got Curly Burley, number 8-3, and they are out and lead. Alright, and I'm very, very excited to introduce you to our new commentator. His name is Guy. He doesn't know anything about roller derby, and so he's going to be my stand-in to help me explain to everybody what on earth is going on if you, like many of the people in the crowd, are not super certain. G'day, Guy.
Good day. I am most confused.
Alright, so we've got Curly Belly making their way up around that inside line, staying in against number 1. Do you have some questions about what's going on here, Guy?
I have so many questions, and I should invite the crowd, if they have any questions, to come and submit them here, and we'll ask them for everyone.
Yeah, feel free to submit questions.
My first question is, what the hell's going on?
Alright, so you would have seen Curly Burley, the jammer for Victoria, tapping their hips to call off the jam. That means they were the lead jammer. They were the first jammer to make it out the other side of the pack at the start of the jam. The ref would point somewhat accusingly, to be honest, at them and go toot toot, boot boot. That's lead jammer status. That means you get to call off the jam, so you control the length of the jam. You get through the pack one time, then the next time you pass, you score points.
Yeah. Can the jammers from both sides score points at once?
Yes, they can. Both jammers can score points as long as they make their initial pass. So Chin and Jukes is out on the initial pass now. And number 5-7, Body Snatcher, is attempting to make the initial pass for Team NZ. Gina Jukes is now scoring because she's gotten all the way through the pack once, so she's picked up 4 points.
Passing all of the defenders.
Passing all of the blockers, that's right.
1 point for each blocker?
Yes, 1 point for each blocker that is passed. And now Body Snatcher is coming around looking to pick up some points of her own. And so Gin and Jukes saw Body Snatcher coming in, about to be able to score some points, and thought, no, it would not be strategic for me to allow you to score points. I shall call off the jam.
Bank them next team.
Hit it and quit it, as the saying is. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many groups would each team have for a game?
Really depends on your lineup. There are a lot of different. A ghost point for passing one person on the opposition team. So if you've got 2 blockers sitting in the penalty box and you pass one member of their team, you get 3 points.
Wow.
Yeah. So penalties are a real advantage for the team that doesn't get them, but both teams have got 2 blockers sitting in the penalty box.
Thugs.
Thugs.
Each and every one of them.
Oh, they're very considerate ones.
It's lovely.
It's all love. It's all love.
Love.
Massive hit there from Mars, knocking Pole Friction to the inside.
So what are the penalties for?
Great question. So, one of the most common that you're going to see is you see a ref holding up an X with their hands. That is a cut track penalty. That means that if you get knocked to the outside of the track, or the inside, off the track, basically, out of bounds, you need to go back and re-enter the track behind everyone that was in front of you when you were outside.
Yeah.
If you fail to do that, you'll get a cut track penalty. So you'll see a lot of people knocking somebody out and then immediately turning around and running in the opposite direction. That's to make the jammer lose space on the track and have to make that space up.
Yeah. Yeah, so they come backwards to make them go further, right?
Yes, they do. Tire them out.
And do the penalties go through jams?
They do. It's 30 seconds for a penalty. So if you don't finish your 30 seconds after the end of the jam, you stay sitting until the next one.
Right.
So we've just had a power jam, which is when one jammer is in the penalty box. There was a power jam avoided to Pavey, number 4,000 for VRDL. A dangerous position for any team to put in, because she will rack up big points if she gets the chance. And that's another 3 points getting held up for VRDL All-Stars, taking their total for the period to 38. Team New Zealand currently held scoreless, 0 points.
So strong start to VRDL.
VRDL, very strong start, yes. Now we've got Ivy Knivi, number 8, wearing the star for Team NZ. 83, Curly Burley for Victoria. I'd like to know what your impression of what is currently going on the track is. What can you pick up?
Well, it's hardest to pick anything up when everyone's like at the start. I have no idea who's doing what and why. It seems like there's a lot of defending going on or blocking.
That's right, blockers play both defense and offense simultaneously, so they're going to switch really quickly from one to the other.
And presumably they know what each other are doing.
Oh, you'd think so, but it can be quite confusing.
But are there sort of set plays and sort of set formations?
That is a great question. You see a lot of tripods where people are holding on to each other. The triangle is the strongest shape, works nicely.
Yeah.
Different teams have different formations, but they are not standard across the whole sport.
Yeah, right. And would you have like different makeups in each team? Like if you've got 2 or 3 teams, they might have in each a formation each?
Absolutely correct. Yes, you would. As you can see, we've got a really strong 3-wall of VRDL blockers trying to hold back Ivy Knivi at the back there.
As Curly Burley goes through.
Curly Burley is through and lead. Ivy Knivi has 4 points though. So it looks like Ivy was not able to pick up lead jammer despite having the leading position there. Did pick up the points, 4 points, opening the scores up for Team NZ. A good bit of a timeout being called here. It looks like an official timeout.
Okay.
We've got a lot of refs on the track, as you can see. There's a lot going on.
And we've got to thank the refs. We've got Skate Spear, Denominator, Invader Sin, 5284, Roger Jamjet, and Copter.
That's right. We can't do anything without our refs. If you're interested in getting to wear stripes, skate fast, and yell at people, get onto VRDL.org and sign up. We'll teach you to skate. We will teach you the rules. We'll teach you to ref. Some people don't really want to get hit. They just want to ref. I highly recommend it. And if you don't want to skate at all, but you do want to be involved, you can be a non-skating official. Who are our non-skating officials for this game?
Well, it looks like we have Bruce, Cam, Kai, Bella, Bruce again, Al, Curls, Dee, and Quinn.
Give a round of applause for our amazing officials.
Thanks,
everybody.
refs. How do I get your fancy green skates, Copter?
Yeah, really good green skates, Copter. Incredible work. We've got Gina Dukes lining up against Iona Shotgun. Number 2-3 plays number 1-3. You may remember Iona Shotgun from such moments as about 45 minutes ago, demolishing VRDL defense in that entire last game that she played. Did
that 100% record continue?
I don't think it was 100%, but it was close.
Right.
For almost entirely lead jam for Iona Shotgun. Let's see what Gina Dukes has got to say about that.
Gin's through.
Gin is lead jammer. Iona Shotgun getting chased down by Bisexual, but outruns her.
So the bench is communicating here. So they're saying like, oi.
Yeah, so the bench is communicating to the jammer when to call off the jam, what plays they want to run, what the strategy is, letting them know what's happening on the track.
So Gin got through, got some points and buggered off.
Yep, hit it and quit it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you're getting it. I love that we're all going on this journey together.
Where do I sign?
Where do I sign? At VRDL.org.
We've got the famous Pavey jamming. Body snatcher for New Zealand. And Pavey's through. We've got a lead jammer coming up against a tripod. We've got 4 points for VRDL All-Stars. Up against the tripod, but through.
That is correct. Pavey's got 4 points there. Body Snatcher still caught up in the back of that pack.
So how does that happen?
Well, it's good defense, Guy. It's the blockers from VRDL have successfully sat on, essentially, Body Snatcher and are just making sure that she has a really rough time. See, they've just knocked to the inside by Elke. Looks like there was an illegal block that was performed by Team New Zealand. They've got 1 blocker sent to the box.
And what was illegal about it? Just like grabbing or?
Yeah, so it's a multiplayer block. So you are technically allowed to hold hands with your friends on the roller derby track. However, if somebody wants to hold your hand while somebody else is trying to get through where you're holding on to each other, you have to let go. If you don't let go, that's a multiplayer block. All right, so it looks like a low-scoring jam there. Oh no, 12 for the VRDL All-Stars, none for Team NZ, 55 sitting on the score for VRDL, 5 for Team NZ. Grim Sleeper lining up in the black and white, and Shreds wearing the star for VRDL.
VRDL through. Shreds coming by. Shreds with 4 points. But we've got that one's called end of jam. We've got the VRDL All-Stars 60 points with Team New Zealand on 5. I'm intrigued by these names. Where do people come up with these names? Is there a generator?
Is there a generator?
Yeah, like is it a computer generated thing?
It's just a general enthusiasm for puns. There might be a computer generator of some sort, but I think it's really people make up some fun stuff, really. The curly burly, very curly hair, quite a burly skater, so you know that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Ivy Kanivi, believe that her name is Ivy, and very knife-like shoulders and hips on that skater. It is unpleasant to get hit by her, but LeRae and Barry are getting needled by Ivy Kanivi, trying to pick up that ability to score points on that initial pass.
Yeah, through they go. Curly Burley through again though, and calls it.
Just having a little bit of technical time over here. Can I confirm from the audience that you can hear the music? Okay, good. Is it a good level? Oh, thank you. Very responsive crowd. Love this. Love your work.
You mean they're listening?
I think they might be.
Terrifying.
They might be listening.
So we've got Jin in a rematch with Iona Shotgun.
Yes,
Do they ever like
absolutely.
swap over matchups?
They do. So also, interesting strategy fact is a lot of teams will try and match their jammers to neutralize the opposition. So Jin, really good in a fast pack. Iona Shotgun, really good in a fast pack. So I suspect that VRDL might have said, okay, Iona Shotgun, great in a fast pack, so's Jin, we can neutralize her here. And I would like to point out that William Skatespeare has hit the deck as a ref and therefore owes all of the other refs beers. That is not in the rule book, but it is very much a rule. All right, who do we have here? That is number 5'7", Body Snatcher, up against Pavey.
I heard Pavey was short for something.
Pavey Wavy, or previously known as Anna Paviova.
Wow.
If you can't tell from how dainty and graceful she is on the lines, she is an ex-ballerina. And she's also terrifying. She will, in fact, pave you over. And it looks like we've had a star pass for Team New Zealand. The pivot, that's the stripy head-wearing person, taking the star, taken off the head of the previous jammer, and replaced on top of that stripy pivot helmet cover. Jammer said, nah, can't do it, you do it.
And would that be a pre-planned move?
Potentially. Sometimes it's just, oh, you're just gassed.
Yeah, right.
Honestly. And who can blame them? 4 more points. What year is it? For Pavey.
Barry in the sin bin.
Barry is having a think about what she's done. Yes, that is right. Maybe she'll learn a lesson, maybe she won't. We're going to find out.
But they've been
Velocity.
met by a New Zealand sin bin.
That is Velocity, also sitting in the sin bin, chatting about their criminal activities together.
So what happens when people are in the sin bin? What changes in the game?
Basically, when there's less people to get past on the track, it's often easier to get past.
And would that be like a fast pack? Is that...
Potentially. You can speed the pack up more easily if you've got more people on the track than the opposition, or you can slow it down more if you can hold on to an opposition skater. Sometimes you'll see blockers blocking an opposition blocker instead of jammer, especially on a power jam situation, so that the pack can't stretch out any further, and that is called getting a goat.
Okay.
And you don't want to be a goat.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. So that is Grim Sleeper, number 1-4, up against, looks like Pulp Friction for VRDL. Friction bending around, trying to stay in bounds, and is successful for lead jammer as Great Dane heads to that penalty box. Biceptual just making Grim Sleeper's life quite difficult. On the inside line, on the outside line, back to the inside line. Unbelievable track coverage from Biceptual. I still have nightmares about jamming against her, and it's been about 4 years. That's lethal and Biceptual in that 2-wall up the front. Grim Sleeper probably feeling a little bit grim at this point as Friction races around, stays inside.
Oh, well played.
It is lovely on one foot. Incredible ankle strength.
So what sort of background do most of these skaters have? Particularly the jammers have seemingly incredible skating skills.
Yes, at this level, everybody's got incredible skating skills. A lot of these skaters have been playing for 10 plus years that you see on the track before you. Some of them come from other sports as well. There's a lot of people that, you see a lot of people that are those tiny little zippy jammers that are ex-gymnasts or dancers, but also you see a lot of people that have played footy, basketball, netball, but also a lot of people that have never really played sport before roller derby, because roller derby is full of weirdos, and that's what we love about it.
I was looking at some YouTube videos and it seemed like there were ex-ice skaters from other countries as well. Like,
Definitely are. Overseas, in places where they play ice sports, there's a lot of ex-ice skaters. one of the VRDL coaches, Sarge, is an ex-international ice hockey player as well, so many skills. Oh, Ivy with that beautiful little twirling skip and a jump. Picks up another 4 points for Team New Zealand. Do we have Ivy Knivi fans in the house here? Who's a fan of Ivy? A lot of love from both sides of the ditch. And what about Gin and Jukes fans? Does anybody have is anybody a big fan of Iona Shotgun? I am now a huge fan of Iona Shotgun.
Yeah.
Did not know her before. Very, very impressed. And toes up around the inside, almost taken off track by Great Dane there and caught up again behind by Septual.
Why did Lethal just come back in?
She was in the penalty box.
So came through, had to go around that way?
Yes. Yeah. You've got to make your way onto the track legally from the penalty box.
Gin and Juice is round.
That's right.
And how can you tell if they're lead skater or if they're just both on the same lap?
If they are the lead jammer, the ref will be pointing at them. As you can see, Copter right now, with his arm out, pointing at Gin and Jukes. That's how you know who the lead jammer is. Getting run back there by Skulls and Morphine.
And then the sweepy arms, that's the
sweepy arms. Oh, so the sweepy arms out in front, that is out on the initial pass. So you can start scoring, but you're not the lead jammer.
Right.
Yeah. There's a lot of interesting little arm movements going on in roller derby. And with a star stash, that's Iona Shotgun coming out of that pack, picking up speed. Jin's going to call that off for another 4 points in the bank for the VRDL All-Stars.
Also, can I just say, I've been hearing a lot of wonderful things about referee 5284's visor and helmet combination.
Yeah.
This is quite something.
Oh yeah, it's terrifying, it's impressive. I'm obsessed with it. You probably should be too.
Yeah, is this state issued or how does it work?
It is not state issued,
Okay.
no. Not a cop. No.
Is there a roller derby state?
No. No borders, no nations. Except when it's fun. Like when we play against each other.
A state of joy.
A state of joy, a state of delight, a state of Team New Zealand has picked up lead jammer.
So lead jammer, Pavey's coming through as well.
Pavey is coming through as well. Pavey
Point
can
scoring.
score, but is not lead, so she can't call off the jam.
Right.
That duty rests solely with number 57 Body Snatcher, the Team NZ jammer. So Pavey can pick up points and make as many passes until Body Snatcher calls off the jam.
And struggling to get by, said, I'm not going to get many more points. Let's call this jam.
Precisely. So 4 more points there for VRDL, 3 picked up by Team NZ. 15 points your total for the skaters from Aotearoa. 94 for the VRDL All-Stars, and 5 minutes and a half left in this first period. We've still got Bloody Marys, we've still got mimosas, we've still got kombucha, we've still got refreshments of a variety of kinds.
Those mimosas are very good.
They are very good.
And I also like the look of the zucchini slice. There's some zucchini slice.
All right.
There's lots of sweets, but the savoury.
Well, I know where I'll be heading at half-time, and it is to the bake sale and the bar. Hope to see everybody there. Looks like we've got lead jammer picked up by Shreds there. Shreds, a recent transfer from Sydney Roller Derby League.
Oh.
Widely beloved by VRDL. They've been begging her to move down for many years, and she finally gave in. What lovely move would that be? Please describe it.
Well, ducking from the outside to the inside. I don't know whether the blockers did that like deliberately and then they went around them. It was amazing.
Yeah, it is a lot of sideways movement. You've got to have strong ankles as demonstrated by Shreds just now. Grim Sleeper getting wrapped up between the Rage and Biceptual. Manages to stay in though, only to be met with the butt of Lethal. Velocity, incredible offensive work. Yeah, so you can't hit people backwards. You can hit forwards or to the side, but you cannot hit deliberately backwards. It's quite dangerous.
Right, okay.
Oh my goodness, great defensive work there from, I believe that is Skulls and Morphine, is it? No, yes, 76. Forcing Shreds to recycle all the way back. Shreds is going to call that off. 3 points apiece in that jam.
Bake sale, could you please confirm whether that is that smell?
Something smells really good. Is it the bake sale? It is the bake sale. Excellent. You heard it here first.
I hear you can get 4 like sausage rolls for $5. Go nuts. Curly Burly through. We have a lead jam up. Ivy and Ivy also through. And we've got a defender from each team out. Curly Burly calls it.
4 more points for VRDL. 18 for Team NZ. 2 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock in this period. Just a reminder again, almost all of the TNZ players played a full and very punishing game, to be perfectly honest, against VRDL Thunder like less than an hour ago. A lot of these VRDL skaters have some very fresh legs. I guess that's the home team advantage. You've got a very deep bench that you can choose from.
If anyone from the crowd wants to join Team New Zealand, why not?
I mean, it's pretty hard to get in, to be honest. Although they put this team together only in February. They've trained together very few times. I think they are doing an incredible job. And big shout out to their sponsors who gifted them their uniforms. That is Seaside Skates and Carpa Noir, based in Levin and Wellington, respectively. It's always nice when when benevolent entities want to sponsor roller derby teams. Oh, we've got an official review.
Ooh, what are they reviewing?
Well, I'm going to go into the middle and no, it's a timeout. Oh, okay. It's not an official review. I was getting all excited. Oh, it is.
Or is it like the law review where they
They're
put on a show
using
and they
it.
do skits?
No, it's not like no.
Okay.
It's an official review is when you say, hey, I think the ref messed it up and here's why. And then the refs have to have a conference and they decide if you were right or not.
Okay.
But it's actually quite smart to use your official review as a timeout towards the end of a period, because then you go into the next period with all 3 of your scheduled timeouts.
Right.
And that's lead jammer for Iona Shotgun.
And just the review refresh for the next
You
period?
get 1 per period. If you win it, you get it back.
I should hope so.
You can have 2. Right now though, what Team NZ is looking for is at least 2 points. That's Iona Shotgun getting knocked to the inside by Lethal, picks up some points. 2 points for Iona Shotgun and Team NZ on the board, holding Pavey scoreless, which is, by the way, something that almost never happens anywhere in the world ever. Unbelievable work, and Team NZ starting this jam on an incredibly strong position. There's only 2 VRDL blockers on the track, 2 of them in the penalty box. Gin and Jukes up against
Wow.
Body Snatcher. I said there's only 2 VRDL blockers on the track, but they are LaRage and Barry. So that is hard to beat, but Body Snatcher is out and putting on the jets to try and catch Gin and Jukes, who's getting caught by that 4-wall of Team NZ defense.
So at what point can someone call it? If Gin and Juice was ahead then but hadn't passed any defenders, could they call the...
That's right, if they've got the ref pointing at them, they are the lead jammer.
Only
So
when they
sometimes
point
you'll get
at-
out and you get out of the front and you'll pass all of the opposition blockers, get pointed at, get toot toot, and then the blockers get back around you and the other jammer is out and scoring while you're still trapped, but you are the lead jammer. It's very technical. Gin and Jukes very technical skater. 4 points in the air. 3 is the answer to that from Team New Zealand.
Battle of the number 8s. We've got Pulp Friction and we've got Ivy and Ivy.
Battle of the number 8s. Ivy Kanivi at the back behind a formidable VRDL 3 wall, but Velocity with that offensive opening. Friction is not lead. That's a no pass, no lead. So she passed one of the Team NZ skaters while they were out of bounds. And that means that she didn't pass the ball while they were upright and inbounds. She's not the lead jammer. There is currently no lead jammer. If Ivy Kanivi gets out of the pack, she will be awarded lead.
Right. Is there any advantage to coming with that great run-up around the track, though?
Is there an advantage?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, speed. Speed can be your friend. It depends on your preference as a skater. I think it's one of the things that I love most about roller derby is that no matter your body type, no matter your size or shape, there's a way that you can use that to your advantage on the track.
Yeah.
So Ivy Kanivi is in fact lead jammer for Team NZ. Pulp Friction is scoring in the pack. We've got one blocker per team sitting in that penalty box. And we've got a penalty being called against Snapper, so 2 blockers down for VRDL. Dane and Bisexual are your blockers of record. Ivy Kanivi is going to call off that jam before Friction is able to get back into the pack. Friction did score 1 more point, but Ivy scored 3. Oh, and it's half time. They really snuck up on us. Half time is what is going on right now. Get yourself a refreshment, find some merchandise, find a friend, come and ask me or Guy what on earth is going on, and we will do our best to answer that. Guy will just tell me what the question is and I'll answer it.
Yes.
Submit your questions.
Join the conversation on Twitter.
Oh my goodness.
Is there a Twitter?
Technically, yes.
They do.
Post on Instagram, actually, at Victorian Roller Derby League. Is always good. We love to see it. Great work, everybody. We will see you in just over 10 minutes. I'm so sorry, everybody. I've made a huge mistake. I said I would be back at the end of the intermission, but I'm back now because we've got a raffle to draw. Who knew? We've got a raffle. What are we raffling off, Fruzy?
We are raffling a chess set, shot glass thing.
A set of shot glasses in the form of a chess set. An enjoyable thinking, drinking game. What else have we got?
We've got a pack of winter warmers with some vinyl dark PJ pants, a mug, and a fondue set.
Fondue set? Incredible. Okay. All right. So, if you bought a raffle ticket, listen up, because we have raffle prizes. Who's the winner of the first? Who's the winner of the first one? Let's find out. Cinderella, purple F42. You are the winner of a shot glass chess set. Cinderella, number 42, purple F42, Cinderella. Come over to the commentary desk and collect your wonderful chess sets. Drinking game? Sure. And the winter warmers winner? That is Ingrid, blue B006. If your name is Ingrid and you would like to be warm, we have a winter warmers set for you with flannel PJs, coffee mug, and a fondue set for all of your après-ski needs. Feel free to head over to the commentary desk. I'll call it out another couple of times and I'll be back in a few minutes.
Jackie, can you please play Lorraine? Tattoo specifically, if you can. That would be really great. Thanks very much. I love you.
Wait, no, tattoo.
The new Eurovision song.
Wait, how do I spell the...
Tattoo is in like a tattoo.
Yeah, swap expensive.
It should-
Swap expensive.
Yep.
Also adding all the things she said.
Quick question, did something weird just happen with the music? It did? It went weird? Ah. It went really quiet? I'm trying to turn it up. Is that better? Alright. Yeah, sick. Alright. We are getting back into it. Can you hear me, audience? Sorry that I keep asking this, I just can't hear myself. Great. Is the music too loud or is it good, refs? It's all good? Do you up? You want to up? A classic roller derby anthem. We are just about ready to get started on our second half of this game. Gin and Jukes taking on Ivy Knivi, standing on the jam line. We've got two VRDL blockers in the penalty box, starting at a pack disadvantage is VRDL. Let's see what Ivy Knivi can do with this. Excellent offense being played by VRDL, offense and defense at the same time. The Rage looking for the cut track is not going to get it. Ivy Knivi is going to pick up lead jammer status. Gin and Jukes hot on Ivy's heels though. Looking for that lead, picking up those points, trying to get through all of those hips at once. Gin and Jukes knocked to the outside by Diamond, and Snappers there with the follow-up to make sure the velocity does not run her back. We got 4 points on the board there per jammer to open this game. Ivy Knivi racing around. We've got the Rage taking a seat in the penalty box as Ivy jumps around Lethal's hips for another 4 points. Holding Gin scoreless on that jam, 8 points to Team NZ, 34 the total, opening this period, 130 for the VRDL Lightning. And that's Pavey wearing this out for VRDL, up against Iona Shotgun. I think Iona Shotgun is fast becoming one of my new favorite roller derby names. It's just a passive threat, you know, like, hey, I do own a shotgun. Yeah.
Defensive name.
Just letting you know, just putting it out there. Pavey though, lead jammer for VRDL. Iona Shotgun getting recycled by that deadly two-wall, lethal two-wall, one might even say, of Lethal and LaRage. Lethal's going to pick up a low block penalty though for the trouble. And Pavey's getting taken to the outside and calling off the jam. Pavey looked like she might have been knocked a little bit high there, and I believe a Kiwi blocker has taken a seat in the penalty box for that. 4 more points for VRDL. And Body Snatcher and Curly having a little shimmy, having a little shake together on the line.
I love a bit of competitive shimmy.
Yeah, good
Are there
natured.
bonus points for a good shimmy?
There are not, but I do strongly believe that there should be.
What about for best name?
Ooh, best name. I mean, best name is kind of just a constant roller derby competition, to be perfectly honest. Body snatcher, snatching those bodies up at the front, or certainly attempting to. Tough break there, getting held behind that 2 wall. It's number 85 or 35. Elkie.
Curly through.
Curly,
And they've
often
got,
lead.
the ref has got 1 finger up, so that's 1 point.
No, it's not. That's
No?
lead jammer. That's lead jammer.
Oh,
Yeah,
someone
sorry.
came up and asked about fingers and points and hands in the break.
Yes. Curly, that's 4 points though.
That's 4 points. Okay.
Got some Curly Belly fans in the house clapping as they go past. It looks like Body Snatcher having some trouble up against that defense in Victoria in the back. Going to be held scoreless by VRDL. Curly picking up another 4 points.
I was doing some research during the halftime break, and that really good smell was toasties.
It's Toasties. Where do the Toasties
You
come
can get
from?
a toasty at that table.
You can get a Toasty as well. Oh my goodness. I feel like they're keeping this from us.
$6 dues.
6 Australian dollars. Probably about like, I don't know, 7.20 New Zealand dollars. I don't think they're taking New Zealand money, but you could try. And you can get yourself a delicious smelling toasty.
Surely if you come from New Zealand, you get a free toasty.
Oh, maybe. You have to ask them about that. And that is lead jammer picked up by number 1 for Grim Sleeper from New Zealand. And we've got Shreds fighting against that last defense.
Why did number 21 have to be led by them?
So they got more than 20 feet from the pack. And as you'll see, the Kiwi blocker, Sirius Crashian, is taking a seat in the penalty box for blocking out of play. So more than 20 feet from the pack, you are out of play. You're not allowed to hit each other anymore, and you've got to return to the pack. Grim Sleeper almost managing to stay in. If you put one hand down, but no other part of your body touches the outside of the track, you're still in. See some pretty incredible planking efforts from some of these skaters. All right, that is Shreds getting knocked around by that revolving 2 wall of Kiwi blockers. Now down to 1. As you'll see, they bridge themselves out so that it is within 20 feet of the front of the pack. So you can stretch that pack out as far as you can, but eventually you do have to let that jammer go, and that is why recycling is so important. It's also just environmentally important. But recycling in this context is when you either pull somebody out of, knock someone off the track and then you run them back, or you can recycle up and get more of your blockers. Even though they've been passed, they can still do some defending if they're in play on the track.
Amazing.
So we've got a quick
I'm gonna
little,
do that one again.
got a quick little official timeout going on here, it looks like. Looks like we've got this jammer matchup once again, Ivy Knivey versus Gin and Jukes. All right, what do we, well, now that we know that there's Toasties, there's a bake sale, there's Bloody Marys, there's mimosas, there's kombucha, there's so many refreshments. We've got 24 minutes and 5 seconds on the period clock. We've got an official timeout going on right now. No longer, we're about to get started again. And we've got a depleted pack for Team NZ. 2 blockers sitting in the penalty box. Ivy Knivey's got their work cut out. Gin and Jukes.
Ivy's changed opposition because before it was the battle of the 8s, and now we've got Gin and Juice.
Indeed, indeed.
So would that be just tactical or?
Tactical, someone's tired, maybe you've got a set rotation. A lot of different, you have to ask the coaches. And they might not want to give away their secrets, honestly. Ivy Knivey, though, gunning it around the track after that initial pass. Gin and Jukes knows that Ivy is coming for her. Calls off the jam before Ivy's able to sneak in any more of those points. That's 4 more points added to the score total for VRDL All-Stars. VRDL All-Stars train just around the corner from here in Preston. And they train together several times a week, every week, and have been playing together for many, many years. Team NZ all play for various different leagues all around the country of Aotearoa, and they have had only a couple of trainings together as a team. They beat VRDL Thunder previously. They're playing their second game back-to-back, and they're doing an incredible job.
So which nights do VRDL train if someone wants to go along and have a look?
I would love to be able to tell you that, but I am retired and I don't know. I think Tuesdays and Thursdays, but find a VRDL volunteer if you're interested in joining roller derby. Oh, Tam. T-Slam coming over with the goods. Tam's going to tell us about how you can join VRDL.
If you haven't yet skated, you can come to a Learn to Skate class on a Monday night at 6:30, or a Juniors Learn to Skate class is on a Tuesday night from 5:30 till 6:30. We'd love to see you there. And then just keep training and we'll tell you the new nights as you move up the levels.
Very good. Thank you, Tam. Very knowledgeably. Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays, VRDL training. If you have free time on any of those nights and you are interested in getting involved, head to vrdl.org and sign up for Learn to Skate or Return to Skate if you're a previous skater. Number 5-7, once again, Body Snatcher has been jamming like an absolute demon all day.
Up against Pulp Friction.
All right, and Pulp Friction ducking around, knocking down skaters nearly twice her size, trying to bust through that 2-wall at the front of the pack there. Skulls and Morphine, incredible blocking, putting on an absolute clinic today and blocking. Velocity, bridging the pack, and once again getting to that 20 feet mark and having to let Pulp Friction go. Friction's your lead jammer. After a full minute of play in this jam so far, we've got Body Snatcher wearing the start for Team NZ. Friction somehow staying in. Skulls and Morphine managed to knock her out. Oh, serious crash unit, putting some serious crashes in the book there on Pulp Friction. And Kitty again saying, no, you've tried coming down the inside line. I simply will not allow it. That's Jigglytuff getting knocked aside by Body Snatcher, determined to get out of that pack. Three more points for VRDL there. Team NZ held scoreless. All right, that's Grim Sleeper up against Curly Burley. All 4 blockers on track for both teams. Curly Burley looking to make their way right through the middle and does so. And that's Grim Sleeper using the distraction technique of a star stash, taking the star off their head but not passing it. It's not going to get them any points though. Curly Burley's hit it, quit it once again for VRDL. 165 points is your total.
Ivy can Ivy and Gin and Juice. Gin
Jin and Jukes make it away through for a scoring pass. Ivy Kenobi.
Nice.
What a tangle there on that outside corner. Got a few appreciative audience members enjoying that.
Is that what you were talking about when you said technical skating?
Oh yeah, big time. Ivy Kenobi has had a seat in that penalty box, and you can see number 229, that's Diamond for Team New Zealand, getting held back. That's a goat. Diamond has unfortunately been goated.
I forget what goating is.
It's when you hold back an opposition blocker so that you control the pack speed. 3 more points picked up by Jin and Jukes. The sad giraffe held in the air by Copter. That's none points for Team NZ. Ivy Kenobi remains in the penalty box, so we're going to have a power jam start for Pavey Wavy. A dangerous position.
So with the goating, if you hold a blocker and the other blockers get 20 feet away, is that...
Then you've made them go out of play.
Yeah, right.
So that's the strategy.
So then they'd all be out of play.
Yeah, so they have to let go of your jammer and return to the pack. I love how much you're learning, Guy. This is fantastic. I'm glad to go on this journey with you. Going on a journey around the track is Pavey Wavy. Picking up some points. Got one VRDL blocker in the penalty box. That's LaRage. Pavey trying to follow Ivy through the pack, but that Kiwi defense is having none of it. Again, Pavey has actually skated with a few of these Team NZ skaters before. She was a star jammer for Team Aotearoa at the most recent World Cup a few years ago. She hails from New Zealand, but lives and skates in Melbourne. And that's another cut track penalty being awarded to Ivy, so it's a double power jam for Pavey. It's number 22, Foxy, given Pavey a bit of what for up the front. Pavey's going to call it off. Ice Ivy in the penalty box. Looks like we've got Shreds, again, doing double duty today, playing for VRDL Thunder in the previous game and now stepping up to play for the Lightning.
So you were talking about World Cups.
Yeah.
Did you play in World Cups? What?
I
Tell me
did
about
not.
your career, and also what are the pathways for roller derby in general? Where can you play?
Oh, that's such a good question. Okay, so the World Cups happen every few years. COVID's interrupted it, but that's a national representative team. So team skaters from all different teams across their country try out for their national team. Team Australia, number 2 to the USA. Very, very tough game in the most recent World Cup. But then VRDL, it's the club-based championships is the big one. It's the WFTDA, the Women's Flat Track Derby Association Championships. And VRDL, former winners, the first non-US team to win the Hydra, the Grand Championship of roller derby.
Wow.
And the first and only non-US team. Team New Zealand, interesting and fun fact, Aotearoa actually has the highest participation rate of roller derby in the entire world. More roller derby skaters per capita in New Zealand than anywhere else. Australia is second in that statistic. Punching well above our weight worldwide.
Impressive, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Ivy Kenobi sneaking around the outside, out and clear on that initial pass, but not lead. That title belongs to Shreds. Yes, Shreds is getting caught in the back.
And calls it.
Calling it off, seeing Ivy coming and knowing just how dangerous Ivy Kenobi is on a scoring pass with a little bit of speed built up as well. We have got 14 minutes left in this game. We've got 183 points on the board for VRDL Lightning All-Stars and 38 for Team New Zealand. We've got an official timeout, and what better way to to acknowledge the official timeout by acknowledging our wonderful officials. We cannot do it without them. There's a lot of them. It's a weird sport, and we need a lot of refs, and they need to be quite good at roller skating. So big round of applause for our refs, Skatespear, Denominator, Invadersin, 5284, Roger Jamjet and Copter. As well as our wonderful non-skating officials, you can see Cam being the jam timer, more like glam timer, am I right?
Very nice.
We've got Cam, we've got Bruce, we've got Kai, Bella, Al, Curls, Dee and Quinn, our non-skating officials. If you are interested in learning to officiate, if you're like, oh, maybe the hitting is not for me, but I want to be involved in this somehow, what can you do, Guy?
I imagine you can look up VRDL.org and follow all of the links that you need.
That's right.
You can learn to skate. Well, they'll teach you to skate. They'll teach you how to play derby, and they've got a juniors program.
Exactly. If you have children, put them on wheels. What could go wrong? They'll be better at roller derby than you. in
Pitch your
such a-
children against each other.
Yes, it's so nice. It's very wholesome. Very wholesome on the track as well. Curly Burly, Iron a shotgun getting roughed off in the back there by Snapper and Biceptual, allowing Curly to get lead jammer. Curly getting that very clear direction from the VRDL bench. They were calling points, and call. You cannot have eyes in the back of your head, apparently. I've
that
tried,
attitude.
they won't let me. So you gotta rely on the communication from your benchies and your teammates. It's a very connected, team-focused
It's all
sport.
about communication.
It really is all about communication. Gin and Dukes had a little chit-chat to Body Snatcher on the line. Body Snatcher dipping a friendly little shoulder into Gin to start off the jam, trying maybe to slow her down a little bit. Body Snatcher juking around on the middle of that track, going inside, going outside, getting stuck in what we like to call the sad place. That's the back of a tripod between two very solid butts.
And what can you do once you're there?
You just gotta push or wait for your team to get you out.
Right.
Gin and Dukes out and lead. Body Snatcher still in the sad place. Oh, making their way out, giving it a go. And that is a grinding defensive formation from VRDL. Dukes somehow managing to stay in bounds after a big hit from Diamond. And we've got Body Snatcher is out and clear. Velocity taking Dukes to the outside and recycling. 3 points on the board there for VRDL, holding Body Snatcher and Team NZ scoreless, sitting on a very tidy 40 points. Roller derby score margins as well, guys. Like, let's talk about roller derby score margins. You might think if you come from other sports that this is like a massive score margin.
Yep.
You'd be wrong.
I'm wrong.
You are wrong. VRDL All-Stars actually responsible for the largest ever recorded score margin in any game of roller derby ever played.
Wow.
It was 956 to 2, so this ain't nothing.
At what point does the mercy rule come into play?
It doesn't.
That's roller derby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody has a fun time afterwards and during the game, but you just got to score those points.
Yeah, what happens after the game? Is there a prize giving? Is there
After the game,
an after party?
we will the teams will take some photos.
Yep.
Everyone gets the opportunity to slap the hands of their favourite skaters
I really
around
like
the
that.
outside.
That
It's
was
really
quite nice
good.
after
It's
the first
very
game.
good. I believe there is hand sanitizer at the exit as well in these post-COVID times. And we've got a timeout being signalled. That's an official timeout. We're very low on timeouts and official reviews in this game. Obviously, the teams are agreeing with the calls made by the refs. And why wouldn't they? The refs are amazing. We've got that. I don't know if there is an after party. Do you know who will know if there is an after party? It's Jin. All right, there's no official after party, but I'm going to Shot Kickers on High Street if anyone wants to come.
Joint jacket shot kickers.
Yeah.
It's for VRDL.
All right, Friction versus Ivy Conivy, battle of the eights. Ivy trying to push through behind Friction. Oh, down around that inside, managing to stay in bounds. Caught on massive hits there. I believe that was from Skulls and Morphine or potentially from Velocity. Ivy is lead jammer, about half a track in front of Friction. Heading in on turn 3, staying in around barriers, but managing to pick up. Oh, what an apex jump by Friction. Not early enough to score points, but damn, didn't it look cool?
Surely there's style points.
Well, there's style points in all of our hearts. Yes. Personally, I love a showboat. I don't think there's been enough showboating. Yeah.
What position did
Have
you play?
met me? I was a jammer.
Uh-huh.
I was a blocker and then I was a jammer. VRDL made me jam. And then I broke my body.
And what's the one with the stripe?
That's a pivot.
Okay.
So the pivot can take the star from the jammer if the jammer is really gassed or can't get through for any reason. Pivots are amazing. A real all-rounder. Yep. But we've got, again, thank you officials, thank you everybody. We still have Toasties, bake sale, merchandise, and I believe a bar that is available for your refreshments, if you would like.
And you've got 9 minutes to support VRDL and Team New Zealand and thank them for the trip.
You do. A team NZ selling merchandise at all? Team NZ? Team NZ, are you guys selling merch? They are deep in conversation, I'm gonna find out.
At least you can get VRDL merch. There's a lot of t-shirts over there, a bunch of stickers, a couple of badges you can sew onto your denim jackets. Seems like the review is complete though, and we've got Curly Belly and I own a shotgun.
Do you own a shotgun, Guy?
No, it's not allowed here. I don't know how to do things.
That's true, that's true. I would not trust you with a shotgun. I own a shotgun though, coming around the outside though, looking for that lead jammer status. Curly Burly knocking down those Kiwi blockers. Coming from behind to take lead as Iron Shotgun is caught up in that defensive formation.
So we've got two strong tripods here. This is like a real closed jam.
Yes, yes it is. It's a really tough defensive formation from both teams here. It's a struggle. Curly Burly, 4 points, navigates it very impressively. And that is Iona Shotgun racing in to try and pick up points. Unsuccessful. Curly's going to call that off with 3 points on the board for VRDL. Cracking the century mark in the last couple of jams. That's 211 points for the VRDL All-Stars, 46 for Team NZ. All right.
One thing I've noticed about roller derby is that there's no betting advertising.
Isn't that nice?
That's really nice.
I really like it. I love the community grassroots sporting vibe with no predatory industries focused on it. It's so good.
What are the odds? Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Guy, you're a roller derby natural. Terrible puns are really what we do. That's Jin and Jukes jamming up against Grim Sleeper. Jin and Jukes meeting some tough opposition at the front of that pack. They are not keen on letting her go. They are going to have to. It's a no pack. Jin is lead, and we've got 2 blockers getting sent to the penalty box for their troubles. Grim Sleeper still. Oh!
No, you didn't!
Oh yes, she did. Jin and Jukes with a beautiful textbook even, I would say, apex jump there. I love the existence of an apex jump. It's like, no, you can't go out of bounds, but what if you just jumped over? If you were wearing wheels on your feet, and what if you just like leapt? Leaving tall blockers in a single bound. 4 more points for VRDL.
Jin and or Jukes.
Jin and or Jukes. You can have one, you can have both. Your choice. Furious George, number 420, on the jam line up against Shreds.
Furious George crushed it last game.
Furious George absolutely did crush it last game. Incredible stamina on some of these Kiwi skaters. Shreds also crushed it last game as well, actually, skating for VRDL Thunder. These blockers at the front really not keen on giving Furious George any space. Jin's going to recycle back behind Foxy. Furious George.
The kick step.
Yeah, a little extra speed.
Okay.
Oh! Incredible apex jump. Oh, once again, just not quite quick enough to avoid that call off.
All right, so the call was just before the jump.
They called just before the jump, yes. Just so you know, Furious George, that looked amazing. And I'm a big fan. So we've got a timeout of some sort here. What do we got? What do we got going on? Okay, we've got a little bit of a ref conference, sending extra VRDL blockers to the penalty box.
Time to reflect.
Time to reflect. Is the music playing? Did it weirdly stop again? Oh, it's just the intro. It's just the intro. Don't worry, don't even worry about it.
Oh, good choice.
I feel like I should have saved this for the last jam, but it's too late for that now. Not far off the last jam though, we've got Pavey against Ivy. Pavey, oh, looks like it might have been lead, but not. Ivy Knivey picking up a lead jammer. Team NZ could not be happier about it. We've got 3 VRDL skaters sitting in that penalty box. Ivy Knivey going to try and make short work of that, and does. 4 points in the air. Still a power jam. Pavey sitting in that box. Oh, Ivy.
So 30-second penalties, yeah?
30-second penalties, that's right. Hot damn, Ivy Knivey. Big old jam coming up here. Those VRDL blockers are returning to the track, getting in formation. Can Ivy beat all 4? Incredible offense coming in there by Diamond for Ivy. But VRDL's managed to lock that speed down again.
Whoa. So is that 5 defenders? Or 4?
It's 4. Jammers sometimes jump in and play a little bit of extra defense.
Yeah.
But sometimes it just looks like there's more people because they're moving constantly. Pavey out on a star stash. Ivy still making it through that pack on their 2nd, 3rd scoring pass for Team NZ. Picks up another 3 points and holds VRDL scoreless.
And the flourish at the finish. So does Pavey need to make up 2 laps because Ivy scored 8 points, or is it just you're out and you're out?
Well, it depends on whether you completed your initial pass before getting the penalty. So Pavey did not complete the initial pass before getting penalised, so when she came out of the box, she still needed to make it all the way through the pack to even begin scoring.
Right.
Iona Shotgun up against Curly Burley. Iona Shotgun getting the door shut on her by Biceptual as Curly Burley takes lead. through that NZ defense. 4 points on the board, 227 your total for VRDL, 57 for Team NZ. And that's Body Snatcher mixing it up in the pack, getting taken to the ground potentially. No, it's not Body Snatcher, it's Iona Shotgun. I should be shot for mixing that up. Curly Billy picks up another 4 points. All right. Oh, and we've got a star pass, successful star pass. Oh. Curly Billy's going to deny us the opportunity to see Skulls and Morphine jam, tragically. VRDL too good on that strategy. I love it when you get to see a pivot jam. It's so fun. It's very exciting to me, you know? But alas.
Alas. Speaking of exciting, we're, I think, down to our last jam.
Ooh, very possibly so. Last drinks.
So last drinks, get your last drinks in the bar. We got Bloody Marys, we got mimosas. And thanks everyone for coming out. What an amazing job you've all done. Look at all those signs out there, by the way. These Hell's Yeah signs, the Go Team New Zealand with the laser shooting
LED
kiwi.
lights, yeah.
Goodness gracious.
Incredible effort.
Well
All
done,
of
Team
you.
New Zealand fans.
Absolutely. This may be the last jam, it may not be. We've got about the same amount of time on the period clock as the jam clock. Depends on whether or not Gin and Jukes, your lead jammer, decides to call it off. Ivy Knivy is in the back of the pack there, getting taken to the edges and locked down by Barry and the Rage and Jigglytuff. 4 more points for Gin and Jukes. And that looks like a cut track has been awarded, but to whom? It seems that it was Ivy Knivy. Jin's going to call that jam off. 3 more points on the board, taking that total to 11. 42 seconds on the period clock, so that means the next jam is going to start before the period clock finishes. The game will end when the next jam ends.
So what, 30 seconds between jams?
30 seconds between jams, that is correct. Shreds on the line, Ivy Knivy in the penalty box. Last jam, get excited. And that looks like Shreds is busted on through. Lead jammer. This is going to be our last jam. We've got all 4 blockers on the track for both teams. Let's see, are they going to let it go nice and long? We're going to find out. And we've got Ivy Knivy back on the track there, mixing it up into that VRDL defense, getting some great offense there. That's Foxy on the offense for Team NZ. Ivy through on the initial. Got another minute on the jam clock. Is VRDL going to play strategy, or are they going to let us watch Ivy Knivy jam for longer? They're going to play strategy. And that is the game, everybody. Thank you so much for coming out. Total scores at the very end of this. We've got refs still holding some fingers up. We're going to hear a rolling whistle, and that will be our official score. And that is, we still don't know the official score. Get ready to see everybody skate past for you. Can we get a massive round of applause for Team New Zealand coming all the way out of the ditch? Excellent. So your final score, 253 VRDL, 57 for Team New Zealand. Kapai Aotearoa. Amazing effort, 2 games back to back. Who's on Team
Team New Zealand, we have 101 Tough Bickies, 107 Mars, Serious Crash Unit 111, Smith 126, Iona Shotgun 13, Grim Sleeper 14, Jaws 175, Prime Evil 187, Fox Z or Z 22, Diamonds 229, Furious George 420, 420, Pigeon Defective 43, Body Snatcher 57, Princess Slayer 666, Skulls and Morphine 76, Ivy Ivy 8, and Velo Skitty 946.
Alright, that is Team Aotearoa, Team New Zealand, and your winners today. We've got the VRDL Lightning, the All-Stars. We've got Jigglytuff, Beckery, Pulp Friction, Bisexual, Kathy, La Rage, Shreds, Ginnajukes, Snapper, Elkie, Pavey Wavy, Barry, Great Dane, Curly Burly, and Lethal. Benched by Danny Darko and Slamazon. Thank you everybody for coming out. We hope to see you once again at many more roller derby games in the future. A massive thank you to our refs and non-skating officials. That's Skatespear, Denominator, Invader Sin, 5284, Roger Jamjet, and Copter on skates, and NSOs. We've had Bruce, Cam, Kai, Bella, Al, Curls, D, and Quinn. Once again, if you would like to join VRDL or find out more information, head to vrdl.org or at the Victorian Roller Derby League on Instagram, on the Instantgram. Incredible work by all of our skaters and officials. Thank you so much to everybody else who's volunteered today. A big and special thank you to my co-commentator guy who I roped in literally while the game was occurring.
And well done, Jack.
And if we can get all skaters to have a photo in front of the scoreboard, and a reminder to all VRDL volunteers, please do not start ripping up the track. Don't rip the track up, please. Cam will be very sad. Thank you, everybody.
Why?
It'll damage the floor.
Oh, okay, yeah, don't do that.
Don't damage the floor. Thank you to Darabin Community Sports Stadium.
Let's tear this place apart.
See you later, everybody.
Hey guys, is your mic still live? Could you ask for all the Team New Zealand supporters to come here so we can have a photo with?
Can I make a special request to all Team NZ supporters? If you are here supporting Team NZ, the team would like to thank you and take a photo with you. So if you're here supporting Team NZ, please head over to the scoreboard and get a little picture.
And bring your signs, those amazing
Bring your signs, yeah, please bring the signs.